Hello everyone, my name is Shambhavi and welcome back to my channel Fun with Data Science. Our today's topic of discussion is sample and population. Today we are going to see that what is a sample, what is a population, and basically what are the other things that are involved in sample and population. So for that, let me draw a circle and after that I will explain you by an example which I'm going to take. Let me remove it and let me go a little bit down and yeah, now let me select a circle and let's say I have made this circle, right? So let's say this is a population. Now I'm going to take an example like I want to survey and I want the data that in our India the students from 10 to 15 age, how much hours do they sleep at night? So now let's say the population I want to take the data for is of 5 million. So is it this isn't easy that I'm going to every and each and every person of 5 million population and going to check that how much hours do you sleep and after that I'm going to take this mean. I can't do this. This all things seems a little bit of rubbish thing. So why? So basically if I want to take a data and if I want to do some sampling, so here comes the role of sampling now. This is a whole population. Let's say it is a population and I want to do a survey for 5 million students from age 10 to 15 that how much hours do they sleep per night. Now, I can't do this for all 5 million people. It would create a mess up and yeah, this thing isn't possible for me that I will go to each and every of the person and take a survey. So for that, we introduce the term that is called sample. Now here what I can do is that I can go to a particular area or particular school and take a survey for 5 to 6 students and check that what is the uh, average that they all sleep per night from age 10 to 15. Now let's say I went to a school and here I found a sample. Just understand the things whatever I'm telling now. After that we'll move on to definitions also. Now let's say I went to a school and there I took a small set of students, like you can say 5 students, and I did the sampling for that students, that how much hours do they sleep per night. So let's say it came to 6, 6.5, then 7, 7.5. Okay, let me erase all these things and write it in a clearer handwriting and let me move a little bit of downside. So here now let's say I took an example and they told me that someone 6, then 6.5, 7, and then 6.75 and it was 7.5. Now let's say I took these 5 examples. I got these 5 hours, I mean these 5 data from the survey which I did in a school for 5 students. Now here what is the main definition for population? So what I told you here is that I was going to take a survey for 5 million people. I wanted a survey from 5 million people in which I wanted to test that how much from age 10 to 15, what is the average sleep duration of the students. So here you can think of a population as an entire collection of persons, things or objects under study. So that is the thing which I was telling you, that I wanted a survey for 5 million people and I wanted to take that so that I can just find the average sleep duration of the students from age 10 to 15. And now, next what I wrote here is that to study larger population, we select a sample. So this is the thing what I did here. I selected a sample. Now, this idea of sampling is to select a portion of a larger population and study that portion to gain information about the population. Now, I wanted here, I wrote 5 million people and I wanted to check that how much hours do they sleep at night, students. So, for that, what I did, I made a small sample here. I applied the sampling technique in which there is a portion of larger population and study that portion to gain information about the population. Now, if I did that, the survey of 5 students and I would find the average mean, that what is the mean, so I can guess a little bit and we can get of the idea for the information about the population. So what the thing I was telling you is that The idea of sampling is to select a portion of a larger population and study that portion to gain information about the population. So after studying this small sample, I can gain a little bit of information about the population. So I hope I made these two definitions clear to you, that what are the definitions and how do we deal with it. Now, next comes, there are two things which I want to introduce you. They are population mean and sampling mean. Now, the symbol for population mean is mu. We make a simple mu and we write here population mean. So, whenever you see the symbol that is called mu written anywhere, you can simply detect that it is facing the population mean. Now, next thing is called X bar. Now, this X bar is the sample mean. Already I had told you about the population and the sample definition, so I'm not going to repeat that once more here. Now, this mu refers to the population mean and this is known as X bar. This X bar is equal to sample mean. Now, there are some, I can say, some formulas for this. So, firstly, let me tell you about the formula of simple mean. So, for calculating simple mean, what we do is that firstly, we make a sigma here. Now, what is the sigma? This sigma is a summation sign. Clear? Now, sigma of n is equal to 1 up to n. Now, let me introduce that what is n here. So, this is x1, this is x2, this is x3, let's say this is x4, and this is x5. So, what is this n here? So, this, let me move it down. Okay, so what does this n belong to? So this n will go from 1 to 5. So basically the total number of data sets which are present here, this n belongs to that. So basically there are in this whatever I have taken as a survey in data, there are 5. So here n will go till 5 and it will add all the things that are here and it will divide it by the total n. Total n, that is total number of data set points that are here 5 in this case which I have taken here. So I hope you got the idea for the sample mean and how to calculate a sample mean. Here this n belongs to the total number of the data set points, this n. It will start from 1 and go to the total data points which are present here. After that here xn, and summation means to add all of these. As I had already told in my previous video that what is a mean and how do we calculate a mean, so I'm not going to revise it here. So this summation will do the mean of all the things and then you will divide it by n. N is a total data points, that is 5 in this case. Clear? Now what is this population mean here? Now population mean, there is also a, you can say, formula for population mean, that is sigma n is equal to 1 up to here capital N. Let me write and then I'm going to explain you all the things. And this is divided by capital N. Now this small n is the data points which we took from the sample. We took a small portion and we named it as and we did a sampling here. So this n is, small n is from this sample and the capital N which I am saying here is this 5 million. So capital N refers to the total population and here this small n in the sample mean case is the number of data set points which I had taken from that sample. So I hope I made this capital and its capital N and small n clear to you that what do they mean. So in this population mean case, this n will go from 1 up to capital N, that is 5 million. So now this is the way of doing the population mean and the sample mean. So in this video I had discussed the definitions for sample and population. Then I told a little bit example that how do we do this. And then I introduced you to the population mean and sample mean things. So I hope all these things must be clear to you, and if you face any doubts you can comment me in the comment box or you can replay this video and watch all the things. So this is all for this video. Till then, thank you and bye bye.